Alright, I wasn't going to go through that whole dumb timer again, but I had to restart my computer and go through the whole setup again. So, I just use the timer to give myself a chance to set things up while the stream is running. Alright, so what does the AI say? Well, I was supposed to open up the manager as well. Alright, it says, first Tanzanian President Salman Amor. Very nice, very nice. Works well enough, I guess. Try TLDR. Oh, cool. All right, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Okay, let's go back to where I was. And I do feel much better now. All right, so we were supposed to jump into the cipher in Kotlin, I guess. I don't know if I even want to do that. I feel like I want to try choosing one at random. So let's take a look. Okay, so elements. So it's a track icon, but it does not have the class completed, right? So we'll go document. There's only 3 left to be unlocked, baby. Okay, so then filter, not e class list, includes completed. Is that it? I always mess these things up. It's not includes, is it contains? Okay, so 48. Oh, wow. Really? Man, we are getting closer to the end of the year, and there aren't that many left. Okay, so let's pick one of these. Okay, so the one we picked was Racket. Okay, sounds exciting. Racket matching brackets. Okay, sure. Let's give it a shot, baby. Okay, so we installed TLDR. So what if we TLDR something? It will say... Oh, okay. So we've tried to keep it brief. Search for a pattern and just use examples. Okay, great. So pattern in file, love it. Exact string by using a dash big F. Okay. In all files recursively in a directory. Love it. So we use dash small r. We could show line numbers. That's helpful. Dash small n. Ignore binary files. Use extended. So dash big E apparently. 3 lines of context. So that's double dash context. Okay. File name and line number with color output. Color always. So yeah, I like this. I mean, we see a lot more on the page than just using the man grep. And of course, the man grep is always still here available, and we can search for things, right? Like context, so we can learn more about that. Yeah, I think that this TLDR was a good suggestion, baby. Because, I mean, you know, the actual manual is pretty big, and, I mean, as it should be. Like, I don't think the manual should be small, but I think having a TLDR is a nice bonus. Alright, so, let's go to, so we did that, so we want to go to exorcism. We want to find racket. Okay, matching brackets. All right, let's read about what the challenge is on matching brackets. It says, yeah, let's give it a read. You're given the opportunity to write software for the Bracketeer, TM, an ancient but powerful mainframe. The software that runs on it is written in a proprietary language. Much of its syntax is familiar, but you notice lots of brackets, braces, and parentheses. Despite the Bracketeer being powerful, it lacks flexibility. If the source code has any unbalanced brackets, braces, or parentheses, the Bracketeer crashes and must be rebooted. To avoid such a scenario, you start writing code that can verify that brackets, braces, and parentheses are balanced before attempting to run it on the Bracketeer. Amazing. All right, so yeah, let's give it a shot. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is, of course, a very common challenge. So we have a definition for balanced. We have an error for not implemented yet. All right. So we're going to have to take bits and pieces off this string, right? So can we go... Is this a situation where we can use my friend's car? So can we say car str? And we'll get the first thing. So are we gonna say if? Shoot, I don't have the slightest clue how I'm gonna do this in Racket. So generally speaking, the approach is that you just kind of make a stack, right? You make a stack of the round ones, the square ones, and the squiggly ones. And if you ever try to pop the stack and it's empty, then you just say false. But if the stack is not empty at the end, then you also say false. And if neither of those happens, you say true, right? So, off the top of my head, I can't quite think how to get started in Racket. So, and it does it. So this is a very common challenge. So the fact that it is marked as a medium might give us pause and make us think, is this hard to do in Racket? You know, I mean, if you're good at Racket, I'm sure it's very easy, but a lot of us are not. Okay, so let's look at matching again. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have it in Zig. So in Zig, I guess it will probably be pretty straightforward. I think it's straightforward in Racket as well. It's just... I think I'll have an easier time starting in Zig. Okay, so let's see Zig stack data structure. So Zig case study, Zig guide. Which is the good Zig website? This one, right? Okay, standard library with its own documentation. Okay, so we have a stack. We have a few things. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things. So if we want a stack data structure, POSIX stack T. namespaces, types. So if we want to implement a stack, it's likely going to be just like an array list where we can we put things on the end of it? Yeah, so we can add one. Okay, cool. And then we want to be able to also like take something off, right? And I'm guessing that it would have that capacity, right? So pop. Great. Great, great, great. So anything that we push should be a character, right? So we're going to use pop or null. And if it does come back null, we'll return false. Okay, so let's look at our stub file. Import standard. Okay, should we import standard array list? Is that going to be part of it? You think it's like maybe slash or here, let's look. Zig import. Zig news. Okay. So when we go to import something, C import, oh my goodness. Comments. Where do we need to click here? For if errors casting built-in C import. Oh yeah, this is what was used up there, right? So standard always available, built-in always available, root always available. Okay, so it looks like that one that I was just looking at here, this is under standard, right? So maybe we don't do this. Maybe we just say, okay, so is it 3 types of brackets that we're matching? Let's look at the README again. Yeah, it's just these. Okay, we don't actually want to stack. I was talking stack, and that's actually completely unnecessary. We actually just need a count, right? Okay, so here it is. So apparently we have allocator and S. Okay, so those are just there to make the compiler not yell at me, I think. Let's try installing our server. I'll bet it's a good one. I'll bet it's a good one. Installing. I got another horrible soft drink or whatever. It says this has carbonated water, not a good sign, I guess. Citric acid, oh my goodness. Natural flavors, proprietary functional blend, which has caffeine, yerba mate, white tea, stevia leaf extract, sea salt. I don't know about that. Yeah, tastes fine. Tastes fine, baby. Okay, so let's close out of there. All right, so in here, okay, unused function parameter. Great, great. Oh, this is looking nice. Okay, so what do we want to do next? You know what? I'm tempted. So I was saying the other day, like 3 or 4 times a year, it would be good to just dedicate some time, like a 4-hour block to sprucing up the dev environment. So I was pretty happy with the color theme for Vim, right? What about Alacrity color themes? Okay, so let's choose one. Let's see, do any of these seem very familiar to me? I think I actually tend to like high contrast. So it has... This one's just... How about this one? It's just called high contrast. Is that any better? Honestly, it's right by Hatsune Miku. I don't know. Hatsune... Oh, man. Hatsune Miku. Um... So is this... So this is... Oh, it says it's Vim. But here, we should be able to use it with Alacrity, right? Yeah, this looks like a winner. Let's give it a shot. I'm already spending too much time on this. Um, yeah. And then we will just put this into the Alacrity TOML. All right, so... Where do I keep my Alacrity TOML? I don't even remember. Here? Yep, that looks like it. Looks like I haven't done hardly anything with it. What if the window opacity were less? Would I hate it? I think I would. Okay, so let's choose... Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Oh, it did it already? Love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm actually not... I am pretty bothered by the window opacity, but let's try 95. I'm gonna leave it like that for a while. It spruces it up a little bit, but then when you open the Vim, it's completely opaque, which I think is good. All right, so... All right, let's go back into the matching. Okay, good. So unused function parameter, allocate. So allocator gets passed in, and S gets passed in. I don't even know like what I need to use allocator for. So I'm just gonna say I don't know what to use allocator for. And then we're gonna go for And then let's just take a quick look. Zig for loop. Zig by example, com. Interesting. So let's go something like a range. Can we go over a string? Maybe. So it was items value. Okay. Zig command line source code format. Zigit. I don't really care to configure it. I just want it to format for me. Oh, okay. I haven't seen the Zen of Zig, I don't think. I think I want to take a look at that. All right. So Zig format this. Okay. And now if I go into it, does it look formatted? Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll say if, let's just say switch. Do we have switch? I'm not sure. Let's look. Oh, yep, it does say so, switch. So here we switched on A, which was a number. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna switch and we're gonna put C. All right, and then we're gonna put a case and it's gonna say case this. And then we'll say I U32 equals 0. Okay, so not I. Let's say round. Okay. And then square. And then squiggly. Okay. All right, and then what else about the case? Cannot fall through. If fall through is desired, combine the cases and use an if. All right, fair enough. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I was trying to use a completely wrong syntax. Okay, so it needs to be this. Is that it? Binary operator. Oh, plus plus. Okay, wait, hold on. Increment. All right, so we don't have plus plus. Or we do, but it's binary, so I don't know what it is. Cool. Very helpful LSP. Very helpful. All right, so then let's do this. So this one will be square, squiggly. Nice, nice. Okay, so now we'll do that, and then in this switch, let's go back to the switch. So we can put a block in there, and this one, it looks like is labeled or something. Okay, so I'm just gonna try this maybe to start, and I'm gonna say round minus equals 1 if round less than 0, return false. Expected. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so now let's copy that. So then this one, oh wait. So then this one, let's say, will be square, and this one squiggly. Okay, so now we finish the for, and we say return round equals 0 and square equals 0 and squiggly equals 0, right? Use of double and, use and for logical and. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is what we've got. Switch must handle all possibilities. Okay, so let's add a default. Okay, so it's an else. So in the case of else, we don't actually do anything. Okay, so they can't be you. Okay, so it says if not okay, test unexpected result. And this was in the testing. Let's see. Do we show what the actual and expected were here? Okay, so this, yeah, this brings up another part of it, which This is a common little thing. But we've forgotten, so if we have like this and like this, that's okay. But if we have like this, then this is not possible, right? So I think this is why we do actually have to use the stack. And then it's supposed to take a time, I think, comp time. Oh, look at this hint. So can I put char in there? Okay, so it would be a primitive, it would be something like this, right? A Unicode code point literal, I believe, right? Something like that. So it says it's a U8, I guess. So is that fine? Okay, so if I put U8 here, is that fine? Okay, cool. So here, we can, I think, list out the things that we want, right? Where was the switch? So we can list them out combined with comma. All right. So we won't do whatever I put there. We're going to put round, comma, square, comma, squiggly. Okay, so in these cases, we do stack add, and it is add 1, right? And we saw that somewhere here. Okay, so it was array list aligned, and it was add 1, right? Okay, so then in these cases, now we have to pop that guy off of there. And now we have to do like the actual work, right? So we're not going to use round, square, or squiggly. And we're not going to do that. We are going to return stack, and it should have like a size or count or length. Zig array list size. Let's see what they say here on GitHub Ziglang. Items len. Okay, items len. So it was items in here. So here they said list equals standard array list. Then they put in u21. What is u21? "21 bits? Oh, well, okay. I did not know that. Okay. Should I use u21 here then? Maybe it's fine. Okay. So items len is 0. Will that work? Okay. Seems okay so far. Okay, so now let's do the actual work. So we'll say var match equals stack pop or null, right? If match is null, let's see, zig null. Okay, good. So if match equals null, return false. And then, oh, so if it's not mutated, do we say let like Rust? Is that the idea? Okay. Or is it const? Oh, it's const. Not let like Rust. Ha! Okay, so in that case, we would return false. But also, or, well, okay, hold on. I think we have to switch again. So, switch match let's see, do we have a like a dict, zig dict, or hash table or whatever? We have something like that, right? Standard auto hash map. Okay, I guess this is fine. So we'll do const matches equal, well, I guess it has to be var because we're going to add things into it. Var matches equals standard auto hash map, and then it's going to be u21, u21, and then it's going to be init, and then the init is using the allocator, I guess. Okay, and then we'll say matches, and we will put yeah. So then we can get variable of type must be const or, okay, so I have var stack. Let's see here. It looked like that was okay before, maybe, but not now. Okay, error union is ignored. Okay, so try, catch, or if. All right, so then these guys just did try. Okay. Okay, so it is U8. Expected type array list aligned U8. Null, found U8. I messed something up. I messed something up in a really weird way. Okay, so this was explaining, okay, zig guide hash map. Okay, let's see zig guide array list. Okay, so we're supposed to init the array list. Yeah? Member function expected 0 arguments, found 1. Okay, so where's add? Oh, this is actually just append apparently. Where's the expected semicolon? Hold on. Consider using try, catch, or if. Oh, did I never fix my hair? Okay. So did they use try switch? We didn't have try switch before, right? So what is the deal here? I don't think it's try switch exactly. So they have switch here. Error union is ignored. Looked like a lot there, huh? Okay. 39 errors were logged. Ooh, interesting. So this is actually where it gets kind of fun, right? Like, yeah, so, oh my goodness. So what's not fun is the amounts of output, my word. Yeah, that is a lot. All right. Memory address leaked here. Okay. Yikes. So, yeah, that's a lot of output. Memory address leaked, it's saying. So that's definitely not good at all. Very bad. Big skill issues here. Okay. Yeah. 21 tests leaked memory. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, wow. All right. So do we need to deallocate these things? I think it shows that somewhere, right? So in the Zig guide, they used this array list. So they deferred this. Okay, like go, right? That seems like a wise choice. So we will say defer stack d init and defer matches d init, right? Because we won't need those after we're done here. Maybe that's better. So is the output at least... Okay, yeah, that's much less. Yay! That's much less. Much less. Wow. I'm struggling. Struggling to speak. Okay. So, yeah. So it looks like there's just some unexpected results, right? So... Okay, it's a paired square bracket with white space. Okay. So yeah, whatever I'm trying to do, it does not work at all, unfortunately. So C is one of these. Okay, yeah, this is not right at all. Let's see, was there a hint for that? Consider using or else or if. Okay. So the idea here is that we checked for null here, so now it shouldn't be nullish. So zig null check. Okay, so we had an option. So yeah, we have something optional, and it was like this, or else. So we had an optional U8. Oh my gosh. Okay, so foo is declare an optional and coerce from null. Let's see, why don't I see yet what it is that we're supposed to be doing? So we have an optional type. Okay, cannot convert optional to payload type. Consider using this or else or if. All right. Is that better? No. Still optional. All right. Zig optional type. Zig guide. Okay. So it was like this. Or else unreachable. So here, since we already checked for null here, I guess I'm not certain that this null check actually works like this in Zig. I hope it does. I hope it does. This is a standard null check, right? Does it actually work like this in Zig? It better. So if this null check does work, then in the else block, we can say, hey, it is impossible for the optional value to be null because we already just barely checked, right? So that's what we want to say. Okay. Well, all right, all right. So it isn't easy, but that one actually gave me a pretty hard time. Harder than most, I would say. I would say that that one was harder than the majority, for me personally, because I messed up that Zig so bad. Okay, so now let's look and see if I want to refactor. So here's what I've got. Okay, this seems fine. Fine here. Okay, so then we said this, and we do use that, and we do use this. I do want to refactor, actually. I want to refactor to not use that map at all, because it's not really necessary at all. I think that instead it's better to just split up this switch statement. We'll see how it looks by comparison. So let's just delete this and redo it. So instead of what I did before, it's going to be like this. And it's going to be like this. And it's going to be like this. All handled separately, basically. And then we'll say like this. All right. Let me get rid of these two for a second. They're going to be copy pasted. Okay, so we'll say the match is like that. And then we will say if match not equals return false. I think it's actually as simple as that, and I do think that that's more straightforward than what was happening before. Um, I didn't mean, I was gonna test, but I got into too much of a hurry. So the test says it's okay. Okay, so now let's look. All right, so if we look at a comparison, so here's the second way, and then here's the first way. Yes, I do believe that I prefer the second way. Do I even need those squigglies? This is more just out of my own curiosity. Like, if I were to get rid of that and put that there, is that allowed? Because honestly, I might like this better. Let's see what it looks like if we make this the way it is. So that certainly makes it shorter, and, you know, I like shorter in general. Yeah, that looks nicely lined up and everything. I think it's pretty easy to read. It certainly seems much more, like the first way I did it was pretty inefficient. This seems more efficient, and more readable and simpler. I think it's a good refactor. All right, so let's make that final submission and move on. Okay, so that is it. So we're gonna, did I mark this as complete already? I think so. Okay, so let's close, 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 and go on to a different one. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's after 4 already, right? Okay, so I am, oh wait, it's way after 4. Okay, I'm gonna log off because I do want to take an hour before this evening's sesh. So, man, yeah, I didn't realize it had gotten so late. So I think that was the only one I finished, right? Yeah, I was not watching the clock. This afternoon, early this afternoon, I was just, man, I was like not feeling very energized, and now I feel much better. So we did these 2 hammings, and we did the matching brackets zig. So I was supposed to do the matching brackets racket, and I'm still nervous about attempting that one. And so then again, so if we look at how many remain to be completed, it's 3, 6, 9, 10, right? 12, 15, 17, 19, 22, 24, 25, 28, 30, 31, 34, 35, 38, 40, 43, 44, 47, 50. So there are still 50 left. There are still 50 left for the year out of 144. But man, I've knocked out a good amount. I've knocked out 94, right? Shoot, is that really it? Let me just check, and then I'm going to log off. Yeah, 94. Okay, I'll be back.